Hello, dear beautiful person. It's October 10, 2021, here in Encounterland in Placerville, California. And this is my second shot of recording this video. You know, I started recording and I was pretty upbeat and speaking fast. And then my mind stopped and I couldn't continue. I was looking at the sun shining on all the manzanitas that I have here and how the branches of the trees are moving in the wind. And my mind went clean and silent. This is one of the things that I so appreciate, helping people to experience this very, very quiet, natural world. You know, it feels like it's such a medicine for our brain that it is hungrily drinking it. I had a retreat yesterday and I could see my guest just really being drawn into the forest. She also found here a bench and a tree that many of my guests love. It's not this one, it's a different one. She just spent their hours. And this is what I want to talk to you about in this video. Many of us already realize that our beliefs, our ideas, our thoughts are having a huge impact on how we experience this reality. In fact, they are the ones who constitute our reality. For example, if I believe that I am unlovable and other people don't really like me, maybe at some point of time that was true. I genuinely had such an experience. So the belief has been formed. But if I continue holding this belief, you can see how I will be behaving and how I will be feeling accordingly. That this prophecy will be fulfilling itself on and on and on and on. And this is just one idea, one thought. There are so many ideas and thoughts that are happening that we are not even aware that, this is what we are thinking. But they are molding our reality in this way. So when you begin to be more aware, when you begin to observe your thoughts and your ideas and your beliefs, some of us journal, some of us meditate or combine, you begin to see, oh my goodness, even though consciously I would not choose to think that I'm unlovable, and if I even give it a moment of the thought, I don't think it's true. It is not true. I am very lovable, right? Some people will love me, some people will not, but the question itself suddenly it's just something that consciously I wouldn't be even thinking. But it is somewhere there, out of sight of a conscious mind, still living and still doing its things. And you probably know how you can tap into these thoughts and beliefs if you are in observation mode. So that's very interesting. And what is also interesting, that we cannot undo these beliefs, these deep, deep, deep beliefs, by just becoming aware of them. This is the beginning. This is the important step. For sure, it's hard to do something about it as long as we are not aware. This is why awareness is so, so important. And many masters basically say one thing: observe. That's the practice. Observe. Yes, do all kinds of asanas and pranayamas, but all of this only to help your mind to get in the shape of a great observation. All of this only so that you can get better in noticing your direct reality, in focusing, consciously making a choice where you want to focus your mind, and maintaining that focus, maintaining that presence. Because when we do that, we begin to see all the things that were hiding in the shadows before. And when we begin to see, we can examine it and we can make a conscious choice. Now, I notice, and maybe you've noticed that too, that if it was that simple, we probably wouldn't need that many therapists and coaches. We would just sit, observe, be aware. Oh my goodness, what a nonsense. Of course I'm lovable. Oh, I can see where it started. Now, it doesn't work because it is a habit that is very, very strong of our mind. And we know that something that is happening many, many, many times, something that I'm thinking over and over and over, or doing over and over and over, it's not something that is easy to change. Because my entire system now is accustomed to it. So that's the second part, B, is that it's now in my body. It's in my physicality. It's habitual way of my brain functioning. There is the whole chain of responses: a thought, a sensation, chemical response back, a behavior, a certain reaction, and it all happens in a split of a second. Often I don't even realize. But if I do expand my ability to be aware, I'm going to be understanding and seeing. I'm just going to be seeing and feeling more and more. Now, ability to be aware, it's not only to thoughts, it's ability to be aware to what I sense in my body. And when I'm observing my thought and observing my sensations and emotions, I'm beginning to see the connections between them. And if you want something helpful for your practice, something that I do a lot in my sessions, and I have all kinds of practices and all kinds of ways to help person to be able to be present with their experience. But one simple thing that you can do now is starting bringing your awareness to what you sense. So we started with the thought, I'm unlovable. Notice what is the experience that comes with this thought. And if this is not a thought that you are particularly, seeing is present for you, is alive for you, then think, what is that something for you that seems like is holding you away, right? And you can start noticing what is the sensation. Now, sometimes we don't know what is this thought for me. I'm not sure. The beauty of this, that you can start entering not via the thought into your sensation, but you can start entering via sensation, and then you will be able this way to discover what is the thought that is, there is activating it. So you can bring your attention, in any case, to what you experience here and now. And very often you will see there is some tension, there is some anxiety or sadness, something. There is very often something that is asking for your attention, that wants to be seen, that wants to be heard, that wants to be healed and integrated. So you can Start with locating where is it in your body. So for me right now, it's something in my stomach, going up toward my heart, and it's some kind of nervousness. And for me right now, it really ties. I can feel as I'm present with these sensations and I'm tuning into what is the message, what does it want to tell me. And the message is that it's worried, it's scared that I'm not good enough at the way I'm doing these videos, and that it will not work. No one will watch it. It doesn't matter. You know, it's just it will go nowhere. And if you notice me smiling, it's because I'm celebrating the step where I'm doing this and I'm following my deepest truth, which is I want to do it in deeper than this sensation. I feel it's important. It's important to me, first of all, something that I really deeply want to do. And I'm also celebrating my honesty, because this is another core value for me. The way I want to be doing these videos and conveying my messages is with using myself, not my clients, as examples, because I really love to keep their confidentiality sacred. That's important to me, even when I don't use names. And because I think it's very important that we are honest and that we are breaking this idea that there is such a thing as a resolved human that doesn't struggle and that doesn't have self-doubt. Maybe there are some people like that, but I'm not this kind of a person. And I also know that it never stopped me from helping others to expand their love, to expand their acceptance of what they are and who they are, and to enjoy this life as they are. And as I'm saying all of this, and as I'm staying present, and so I know already what is the sensation and what is the thought that connects to it. And I'm wrapping it with so much compassion, with so much, yes, I do not know if this is going to be watched. Yes, I do not know if it's good enough and it can be better. For sure it can be better, right? And I think that it will be getting better as I'm doing this. And it's my way of growing that inner space where I love myself as I am, with my experience, with my edge. And you can notice what happens in your body if you follow this process along with me. What happens when you sense your pain point, when you realize the thought that is triggering it, and you are not going to how it started and why and all the mental space, but you're staying just present with the sensation, with the heartbreak, wrapping it in your love, giving it room to breathe, giving it space, letting it be. In the next video, I would love to talk to you about next point, which is unknown, because what happens in this moment, often what mind would say is, and now what? And it will start disconnecting. But I would like to invite you to see what happens when you do not disconnect, when you hang in there. Hang in there. This is where the alchemy happens. And we'll talk about it next week.